Welcome in, everybody, here to the Delco League Game of the Week here at Devon Prep. It's going to be a good one. It's a finals rematch between the two-time defending champion Upper Darby Blue Sox and the home Wayne Baseball. Brendan Ricciardi here with you today. Hope you are having a lovely day as you get ready for the Major League Baseball Home Run Derby tonight. Hopefully we'll give you a nice little appetizer for this one as we take the top two teams in the Delco League and put them head-to-head here. We'll get you some starting lineups. Wayne will be your home team today with Blake Havertine on the mound. We'll face an Upper Darby team currently sitting at 20-4. A win today will give them the 1 seed in the playoffs for the second consecutive year. Leading off in center field is Adam Fine, batting second and playing shortstop will be Brendan Till. Batting third will be the catcher Jake Verbitsky. Ant Kelly will be the cleanup hitter playing first, batting fifth, the second baseman Sam Wright. Quentin Perilli at third base. Batting sixth, batting seventh, Sammy Berman playing left field, and right field, Cooper Evers, the 8-hitter, and batting ninth, the designated hitter, Joey Supa. They'll be facing off against Blake Havertine, who will be heading to Franklin and Marshall in just a couple of weeks, just finished up his career at Radnor. Blake leading the team in innings pitched so far for Wayne this year, along with his twin brother, Austin. They've really been the 1-2 punch that they were in high school for Radnor as well. And 21 2/3 innings pitched for Blake so far this year. He has 24 strikeouts, just 9 walks, an ERA of 2.59. Give you the defensive alignment here for Wayne from left to right. In the infield will be Drew Van Horn at third, Cole Lombardo at short. At second will be Bennett Cox, and at first Stephen Wells. In the outfield, left field Jake McDonough, center field Austin Havertine, and right field Caden Schuster. Behind the plate, Matt Kane, as always here for Wayne. Take a quick break, and we'll be right back for action when we return. Two of the longest tenured managers in the league. Dave Jordan been the head of this team since 1994. Brian Feely transitioned from being a player to coach. We have our guy Brendan Till here, of course. Great food review last time. He'll be batting second. Adam Fine, your leadoff batter. He's hitting .375 with a .971 OPS this year. He's a very good base runner as well. Has 35 stolen bases. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike, and we are underway. To put that in perspective, 35 stolen bases of the team's 79. So just about half of those. That one's popped back out of play. Adam Fine played his college baseball originally at St. Joe's, also went to Springfield College to finish up as that one hits him. Looks like that one might have got him in the forearm. Sure, Havertine will want that one back. It was an 0-2. Looked like a changeup, maybe a splitter that ran in. Brendan Till, the second batter in the lineup here, an O'Hara graduate. He plays his college baseball over at LaSalle. Hitting .452 this summer with a .1071 OPS. Well, Fine seems to be all right, a little bit shaken up. It shouldn't affect his legs, so I'm sure he's ready to take off. And first pitch going, first pitch throwing. Matt Kane puts it on. Cole Lombardo bounces away. Fine is going to stay at second. Ball on the pitch. Quickly a runner in scoring position here for Brendan Till. It'll be Till, Jake Verbitsky, Anthony Kelly, and then Gus Wright. Till squares the bunt. He gets it down back to Havertine. Havertine's going to take it over to first. Fine will advance to third. Thought for a second he might go there, but the speed of Fine, that would not have been too wise. Puts a runner 90 feet away here for Jake Verbitsky. And Upper Darby looking to win their third consecutive Delco League championship. They did not win their first until 2021. Lost in the finals the next 2 years, but then won in 24 and 25. First pitch of Verbitsky runs a little bit low. Beat Aston Valley in 5 games back in 2021. They beat Aston Valley again in 2024. That one was in 4 games, and then beat Wayne in 5 games last season. That one runs a bit inside. Jake Verbitsky leading the team with 76 plate appearances this season. He grounds that one over to first base. Stephen Wells is going to take it himself, but a job well done for Jake Verbitsky as Upper Darby strikes first here. Good base running by Adam Fine to steal second, get over to third. Some good small ball over there for the second out of the inning. Clean slate here for Anthony Kelly, hitting .283 with an .839 OPS this season. First pitch from Havertine, right on the outside corner for a called strike. Chris Rollins warming up for Upper Darby. And one of his players, as he's a coach at Rowan, one of his players right behind the plate here for Matt Cain. That one's strike 2. And one thing about Blake Havertine is he will come right after you. Him along with Austin, always getting ahead in the count. 0-2 pitch, that one's way up and in. Gus Wright, then Quentin Perilli wait on deck. .0-2 pitch, that one's chopped over to Bennett Cox, who will field it cleanly, fire over to first for out number 3. But Upper Darby gets on the board first on an RBI ground out from Jake Verbitsky. We'll head to the bottom of the first. The Blue Sox lead at 1-0. Back for the bottom of the first here at Devon Prep. Brennan Ricciardi, thank you so much for joining us as the appetizer for tonight's Major League Baseball Home Run Derby. We'll get you the starting lineups here for Wayne, leading off the shortstop, Cole Lombardo, batting second in right field, Bennett Cox. Elliot Dix, the designated hitter, will bat third. Stephen Wells at first base is your cleanup hitter. Aiden Fry will be batting fifth and playing second base. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Drew Van Horn. Matt Cain behind the plate will bat seventh. Batting eighth in left field, Jake McDonough. And Austin Havertine, the 9-hitter, will play center field. And they'll face Chris Rollins. I know he coaches for Rowan University. We'll see if we can get a little bit more background on Chris as a player. Right now, defensively, Jake Verbitsky behind the plate. Third base, Quentin Perilli. Shortstop, Brennan Till. Second base, Gus Wright. First base, Anthony Kelly. Around the outfield for the Blue Sox, Sammy Berman in left, Adam Fine in center, and Cooper Evers in right. Chris, a longtime independent league player. In fact, from 2009 all the way till 2023. He played in the Independent League. He played in the Frontier League. He played in the Atlantic League. Very successful career for Chris, now pitching in the Delco League. I believe that would make him about 38 or 39. And for a league that has really turned into more of a college league, definitely a bit of a breath of fresh air to see some veteran presence on the mound here. So far, Rollins has only pitched 2 games. He's thrown 13 innings so far for the Blue Sox. Not his best outing against Narberth, where he let up 8 runs, but in his in his second outing against the Black Sox, threw a complete game. First pitch to Cole Lombardo is going to be low and away. Lombardo just finished up at Garnet Valley. He'll be heading to St. Bonnie's to continue his baseball career. Second pitch to Cole is going to be grounded over to shortstop. That'll be into left field for a base hit. Didn't get all of it, but it found a hole right in between Brendan Till and Quentin Perilli. Bennett Cox, the batter, he just finished up his second year at Canisius in New York. First pitch to Bennett. That one hit him right off the shoulder, and quickly first and second with nobody out here for Wayne in the top of the first. Elliott Dix steps in. He's hitting .386 on the year with a 1209 OPS. He's got a homer. He's second on the team with 16 RBIs. Quick mound visit here from Verbitsky to Chris Rollins just to kind of slow things down a bit. Now, Wayne manager Brian Feely, a big fan of small ball. I'm not sure if Elliott Dix on the mound is going to be the situation that warrants that this early in the game. First pitch to Dix, not going to square. That one's going to catch the top of the zone. Looked like a bit of a sink, perhaps a changeup. Had a lot of downward movement. Pitch to Elliott Dix. That one's going to run outside. Some good speed on the bases. Base hit should score Lombardo. Bennett Cox as well. Potentially get to third on a base hit. Stephen Wells waits on deck, and followed by Aiden Fry, Drew Van Horn. One to Dix. That was once again running outside. Seems like having a bit of trouble gripping whatever that sinker or two-seam, whatever it is. Good swing by Dix. That one's going to be foul down the left field line. Now Stephen Wells waiting on deck, leading the team with 4 home runs, also 17 RBIs. Bit of a lefty shift up the middle for Dix. Rollins is going to step off just to keep Lombardo honest. Nobody there to throw to. Two pitch to Dix. That one smoked foul down the line into the Devon Prep parking lot. Two once again. That one's going to be hit a mile into the air. It'll be an infield fly, but either way, Gus Wright will call everyone out for out number 1. That'll bring in Stephen Wells, a longtime vet in this league. Played for Chester for a couple of years, switched over to Wayne prior to the 2021 season. A graduate of the Hun School. Played his college baseball at now known as Thomas Jefferson, back then Philly U. Also played some independent ball in the Frontier League, in the Pecos League. First pitch is going to be hit into the right center gap. That one will be a sliding catch by Adam Fine. For out number 2, we talked about him on the base pass. He can really cover some ground out there in the outfield as well. Quick correction on that. That was the Pecos League and then the USBL, the United Shore League for Stephen Wells. That'll bring in Aiden Fry, who played in an NCAA regional this year for St. John's. Only 15 plate appearances so far for Wayne. Aiden 4 for 15 on the summer so far. Plays, as mentioned, college baseball at St. John's from, I believe, the New Jersey area. We'll get a double check on that. One's going to hang a bit inside. Aiden from Camp Hill, PA. That was going to be low and away. Started at Delaware before transferring to St. John's. Cole Lombardo still on second. Bennecock still on first. That one's going to, once again, hang a bit up. We'll reconnect that in a sec. It's pretty hot over here. I believe it's just overheated. We're going to have to deal with that a little bit, but the audio should stay. Pitch to Fry. That one might have missed a bit low. Looked pretty good from this this broadcaster's perspective here. Going to bring in Drew Van Horn. Won a national championship as a freshman at Misericordia a couple seasons ago. We'll head into his senior year. Garnet Valley alum. A couple Garnet Valley alums on this team. Cole Lombardo, Chris Schaller. First pitch to Van Horn. That one paints the inside corner. That one a little extra on it. I think Rollins wasn't thrilled about that walk. Going to be a bit inside here. Van Horn on the summer hitting .286 with an .871 OPS. He's driven in 13 runs, good for fourth on the team. A beautiful change up there from Rollins. That one just dropped off the table. Bases remain loaded. Cole Lombardo on third. Bennecock's on second. Aiden Fry on first. 1-2 pitch coming. Fouled back by Van Horn. The catcher, Matt Kane, waits on deck. Another 1-2 pitch here. That one's upstairs. Rollins from the windup. That one hangs way upstairs. And the count is full here. Bases loaded. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Very big at bat here. Upper Darby can clinch the top seed in the playoffs with a win today. Realistically, they will probably end up getting that top seed one way or another, but Wayne could potentially delay that for a little bit. Wayne has a couple games in hand. Runners go 3-2. Ball 4, he walked him. Great at bat from Drew Van Horn. Getting Chris Rollins' pitch count up here. Ball 4. Van Horn will take his base, and we are all tied up at 1. As mentioned earlier, got a little battle of Rowan University here. Matt Kane, a catcher for the Profs, and Chris Rollins, a coach for the Profs. First pitch. Changeup in there for a strike. Crowd thought it was a bit outside. That one looked a little better than the first one here. Either way, counts even 1-1. I would have switched the calls there, but good zone so far. 1-1 pitch to Kane. That was going to be chopped foul down the left field line. Chris Rollins was a pitching coach for Rowan College, the JUCO in Gloucester, from 2019 to 2022. Here's the pitch to Kane. That one's going to be popped right back up to Rollins. Going to field that one cleanly off the mound for the third and final out. Wayne leaves the bases loaded, but they get one back on a Drew Van Horn walk. We'll head to the top of the second. Both teams got one on the board. A couple of other Delco League games on the slate for today. Aston Valley currently leads Ridley at 2-0. That game is a good battle for third place. Chester and Narberth currently 1-0 Chester's. Narberth looking to get that last playoff spot. Springfield, it's been a tough first year in the Delco League for them. They are currently taking on Drexel Hill and looking to play spoiler, keeping the Ducks out of the playoffs. Let's get a quick standing check here. Upper Darby sitting in first place. The league goes by a point system, so that's 3 points for a win, 1 point for a tie, 0 points for a loss. Upper Darby sitting at 20-4. They have 60 points. Wayne 14-5-3. They have 45, but 2 less games played. So if Wayne were to win the 2 games that they have played, they would currently be about 9 points, about 3 games back, you could say, and a win here could close that gap. Aston Valley in third place at 11-10-2 with 35 points. Ridley 11-10-1 with 34 points. So again, that game there is huge for third place. Chester in fifth place, they are 9-10-2 with 29 points. Narberth 9-13-1, they have 28 points, and Drexel Hill 8-14 with 24 points. Only teams left in the race. Springfield, as mentioned, tough first year in the league. They are 2-18-1 with just 7 points. But Narberth, this could be their first playoff appearance. They're fighting with Drexel Hill. They have a huge one against Drexel Hill tomorrow. Back for the top of the second, it'll be Gus Wright, Quentin Perilli, and Sammy Berman. Gus Wright, one of the co-MVPs in the finals along with Sammy Berman last year. First pitch is a bit outside. Gus Wright had a big grand slam in Game 5 of the finals last year off of Tommy Bradley. It put Upper Darby up 5-0. Two-0. Here to Gus Wright, who is the Lower Marion grad, plays his college baseball at Catholic, along with a couple other guys on this team. Nice off-speed pitch there from Blake Havertine, just catches the lower outside part of the plate. Havertine lost his footing a bit on the turf there. Three-one pitch catches the knees. To make a count full here with Gus Wright. Three-two, come and swing and a miss. He got him. First strikeout of the game here for Blake Havertine. He battles back. Quentin Perilli, the batter here for Upper Darby, hasn't played too much here. In fact, this is his first official plate appearance of the summer. First pitch, a big hack. Spent more time on the mound so far. He's second in innings pitched with 21 1/3. He's the all-time home run hitting king at Elizabethtown College. One to Perilli. That one misses just a bit low. That one chopped back off the end of the bat. Perilli, a star at Pencrest High School before heading to Elizabethtown. He set their home run record. That one's going to be hit into right field. Looks like Jake McDonough. Who is out there at right field? Bennett Cox has switched out to right field. We had a positional change. I apologize. We now have Bennett Cox out in right field and Aiden Fry in the game at second. Got to get those appearances in late in the season. As we mentioned, Gus Wright, the co-finals MVP back in 2025. Sammy Berman was the other half of that co. I think you could really argue that the addition of Berman to this team a couple years back was the start of the Blue Sox really turning this thing around. When he came to this team, did a little bit of recruiting, was a part of all 3 championship teams. Even as a senior in high school, still one of the most productive members of this lineup. 2-0 pitch to Berman. That one is just a bit inside. Berman just finished up a great career at Catholic University. Only has 18 plate appearances so far this summer. 3-0 pitch down the chute. Looks like Berman wanted that one, but decided to be a little patient. Three-one pitch to Berman. Big swing. And Havertine blows it by him. We'll see if he goes back to another fastball. 3-2 pitch to Berman. Misses that one up and away. Ball 4. Cooper Evers, the batter here. Conestoga grad, plays his college baseball at Hamilton. First pitch, a big hack. Not too big of a lead for Sammy Berman over at first base. Off-speed pitch, catches the outside corner. Evers hasn't played too much this summer. He's just 3 for 9. Seems like this is a big game for getting appearances. Also watching Joey Supa's mustache. Oh, to pitch way upstairs. Not too big of a lead for Sammy Berman. He's hit post-grad like the rest of us. Wheels might not be what they once were. And a called strike 3. Havertine, an off-speed pitch, gets Evers looking for his second strikeout of the day. We will head to the bottom of the second here at Devon Prep. The score remaining 1-1. Back here for the bottom of the second at Devon Prep. 8-9-1 coming up for Wayne, Jake McDonough, Austin Havertine, and back to the top for Cole Lombardo. First pitch to McDonough, paints the outside corner for strike 1. McDonough, a Strathaven graduate. Fouls that one back. Playing his college baseball at Misericordia, along with third baseman Drew Van Horn and another pitcher on Wayne, Brian Henry. I believe Aston Valley's Vinny Proetto still there. A couple guys in the league. 0-2 pitch coming to McDonough. That one's going to miss. I was ready for it. 1-2 pitch to McDonough. That one hit him off the elbow guard. Looks like Rollins is arguing that he leaned over. From my perspective, I saw more of a turn than a lean in. But if there's anything they teach you at Misericordia, it's how to get hit by pitches. Austin Havertine, the batter, will be heading to Lehigh as a pitcher, but had a very good season at the plate for Radnor as well. He's going to square to bunt, fouls that one back. See if Havertine squares again. Quick mound visit to talk. Imagine some bunt coverages here. Should Havertine lay down another. Havertine once again squares. He's going to bunt that one back to Rollins. Rollins is going to look at second, but toss over to first. So a successful sac bunt here for Austin Havertine. Back to the top of the order here for Cole Lombardo. He singled in the 6th hole his last time up. If he's just able to do that again, Wayne will jump ahead to a lead here. First pitch here to Lombardo is going to be a slider that looks like it caught the top of the zone. Top of the order means Cole Lombardo, Bennett Cox, Elliott Dix here for Wayne. That one, another slider. That one misses a bit low. These two teams certainly have a history over this decade. Met in the finals in 22, 23, and 25. Now, for a lot of Upper Darby's history, they were not as successful as this most recent era. As mentioned, the 2021 team, I had the pleasure of being the DH for that squad. Then 2022 and 3 lost in the finals to Wayne. 24 and 5 won their 2nd and 3rd championships, and really, these two teams have ran this league. That one's low and away. Not a single team outside of the two teams on this field has won a Delco League championship since the Narberth Mudcats in 2018, who no longer exist. They moved to Drexel Hill to be the Ducks. Of course, a new Narberth team, the Outsiders, has taken over the Narberth place. Two-seamer fouled back by Lombardo. The last team besides these two teams to win a title that remains in the league was the 2017 Aston Valley Knights. Pitch to Lombardo is going to be fouled down the left field line. By all accounts, it seems like these two teams could be destined for another championship rematch. With that being said, Aston Valley, always a strong contender, always very well, fundamentally sound, very good pitching, timely hitting. Ridley's a new team with some young blood that doesn't really know any better. Lombardo fouls that one back. Ridley with a lot of members of the Haverford High School team that has been dominant in Delco the last 2 years, so they have a lot of winning experience on their team. A lot of young blood, Jimmy Boyle, Ryan McGee. Once again, pitch to Lombardo. He's going to foul that one back. Great at bat here from Cole Lombardo. He's really seen the whole arsenal. Another 2-2 pitch to Lombardo. He's going to sky that one back. That one's going to be foul out of play. Don't have the exact count. I'd probably say about 8 pitches in this at bat. Let's pull up the old game changer here. See who's able to win this battle. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. 5 straight foul balls. Still 2-2. Another inside move. Step off for Rollins. Bennett Cox and Elliott Dix on deck have seen the whole arsenal here in this at-bat. I think he tries to blow by him here. We'll see. Nope, another off-speed pitch. That one's hit over to Ant Kelly at first base for the second out of the inning. That will keep McDonough over at second. Bennett Cox was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Got a runner in scoring position in Jake McDonough. If you just tuned in here, we got a 1-1 ball game. A earlier on RBI ground out by Jake Verbitsky in the first inning was matched by a bases-loaded walk by Drew Van Horn. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. In this inning, Jake McDonough was hit by a pitch, bunted over by Austin Havertine. Pitch to Bennett Cox is chopped foul down the third base line. Cox down to the count 0-2. Here's the pitch, change up, fouled back. For as good as stuff as Chris Rollins has, he hasn't done quite as good of a job putting away the hitters as he has been able to get ahead on them. Still no strikeouts in the game so far for Wayne. Of course, the announcer jinx right there. Another 0-2 pitch. That one's upstairs. Getting on top of a little bit of these off-speed pitches. McDonough with a big lead off second base. 0-2. That one's grounded over to Quentin Perilli at third. Fields it cleanly, fires over to first for the third out. Wayne strands a runner on second base here. Scoreless inning on both sides. We'll head to the top of the third here at Devon Prep for the Delco League Game of the Week. We are still scoreless at 1. Excuse me, still tied at 1. Back here for the top of the third, we got a 1-1 ball game. First place, Upper Darby. Second place, Wayne. Joey Supa rounds out the lineup here for Upper Darby. He will lead off. 9-1-2, Joey Supa, Adam Fine, Brendan Till. First pitch to Supa. That one runs a bit inside. Supa has been on this team for 15 seasons. He joined in 2014. He's seen the good. He's seen the bad. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. One to Supa, swing and a miss. Joined this team originally as a pinch runner. He's from the Philadelphia area. Played his college baseball at Albright. 1-2 pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. For out number 1. Third strikeout of the game here for Blake Havertine. Back to the top of the order here, Adam Fine. He was hit by a pitch in what looked to be around the forearm area his first time up. Did not seem to be very comfortable. That one's fouled back, and yes, it did make me flinch. Got to be honest with the people. That one made me flinch. Got to say it. Happens. A 1 from Havertine. That one's going to be fouled out of play back into the trees. Oh, 2 pitch from Havertine goes upstairs. That one's tomahawked into center field, but that one's going to be easily playable there for Austin Havertine. Sure, Blake would have liked that pitch a little bit higher up, but got the job done. Brennan Till, the batter, he had a sac bunt his first time up. Helped Upper Darby get their first run on the board. Aussie pitch to Brendan Till in there for a called strike. Havertine looks like he's got that slider working as well. Pitch to Till, that one runs outside. Wonder if potentially Austin Havertine could be in relief. It's going to be a busy week for Wayne before they get this first round bye. They still have 6 games to play across 7 days. It's a pitch to Till, that one's going to be fouled back. That one way upstairs to Till, who's got it even at 2-2. Till, the PCL Offensive Player of the Year in 2024 with O'Hara. Is a pitch. That one's going to be grounded over to shortstop. Cole Lombardo fields it cleanly, fires to first. For the third and final out, it's a 1-2-3 inning here for Blake Havertine. We'll head to the bottom of the third here at Devon Prep. This game's still tied 1-1. Brendan Ricciardi back here for the bottom of the third. Delco League game of the week, Upper Darby and Wayne. Scoreboard just reset for some reason here, but it is 1-1 in the bottom of the third. It'll do that every once in a while. Elliott Dix, Stephen Wells, Aiden Fry, and first at bat for Elliott. He flew out to second base. Elliott Dix played his college baseball at Longwood University before transferring to North Carolina for his last year. That one's low and in. Was actually brought onto this team by a member of the team who is no longer playing, Alden Mathis. Ooh, big hack from Elliott. That one's fouled back. Aussie pitch catches the outside corner. As mentioned, apologies for that. This camera, it's a bit hot out here, so every once in a while it'll shut down. Rollins tries to once again go backdoor, and that one is just a bit outside. 2-2 pitch from Dix. That one's going to be chopped over to first base. Anthony Kelly has it, flips over to Rollins, and he misses the base. Rollins misses the base. That one got his feet tied up a little bit. I don't think he's thrilled about it. From here, it was kind of very confusing to see. There's a lot of legs moving around, but either way, one way or another, Elliott Dix reaches base. Looks like they're going to talk that over, and the call will remain safe. Camera might not have caught that one way or another, but basically the throw was a bit behind Rollins. He tried to kind of find the base. Hustling all the way was Elliott Dix, and either way, that'll bring in Stephen Wells, who lined out to center his first time up on a nice sliding catch by Adam Fine. Team leader with 4 home runs, also team leader 17 runs batted in, a former league MVP. Fastball just misses up and in. Aussie pitch. Wells hits that one in the air. Deep right center field. Looks like Adam Fine will have that one tracked right in front of the 332 sign. Wells did not get all that one, but with the strength he has, he's still able to get that thing out there. Bennett Cox, the batter. Excuse me, not Bennett Cox. Aiden Fry, the batter. First pitch, that one's lined over to Brennan Till. It's short. Fields it cleanly in the air. Looked like looks like Till dropped it. Not sure if I think he tried to drop it, and the ump ruled that it was catch. I can hear the Upper Darby players jokingly saying that he lost it in the sun, so it fell to the ground. Either way, it wouldn't have been much of a change as Fry was running down the line. Drew Van Horn, the batter, he walked his first time up with the bases loaded that scored a run. First pitch of Van Horn's a bit low. We'll see if Elliott Dix will take off for second base here potentially. Matt Cain waits on deck. Not too big of a lead over there for Dix. Pitch to Van Horn. That one's just going to be just a bit upstairs. Changeup in there for a strike. Van Horn looked like he regretted not pulling the trigger on that one. Two-on pitch here. Still nothing from Dix. Curveball misses inside to Van Horn to get him at 3-1. 3-1 pitch to Van Horn. That one Looked like it caught the inside corner to Van Horn. Elliott Dix will be off and running here. Full count. 3-2, 2 outs. And the pitch, that one hit him. Would have been ball 4 either way, but Van Horn gets to wear that one off, the shin guard. And Wayne will have first and second with 2 outs here for Matt Cain. He flew out back to Rollins with the bases loaded his first time up. Rollins gets to see Cain in practice every day as he's an assistant coach at Rowan. Rollins a pitching coach while Cain is a catcher, so they work together a little bit. First pitch to Cain. Now it's going to be upstairs. Elliott Dix, decent speed on second base. A base hit here. He'll certainly be going. Inside move, nothing doing. Off-speed pitch, a little foul tip off the bat of Cain. Another inside move, step off for Rollins. Jake McDonough waits on deck. He was hit by a pitch in the elbow guard his first time up. Pitch to Cain. That one's fouled back into the street. Pitch to Cain. That one catches the outside corner for strike 3. Cain thought it was a bit outside. But one way or another scoreless inning here for Chris Rollins. We will head to the top of the 4th at Devon Prep. This game remains 1-1. Back here for the top of the 4th inning here. Jake Verbitsky will lead things off. It'll be Verbitsky, Anthony Kelly, then Gus Wright. First pitch right down the chute for strike 1. Verbitsky chops that one. Colombardo was shaded that way up the middle. Fires over to first 4 out number 1. Aussie pitch just misses a bit away. Fastball catches the outside corner here to Ant Kelly, who in his first time up grounded out to second. Ground ball over through the diving Wayne left side of the infield for a base hit. Hit it in the perfect spot to be just out of the reach of Van Horn diving to his left and Colombardo diving to his right. Speaking of right, that'll bring in Gus Wright. His first time up, he struck out swinging. First pitch to right, that one is chopped foul down the third base line. Don't expect to see Ant Kelly on the move here. Kelly hadn't even got his foot off the base yet by the time that throw over to first happened. Havertine got a laugh over there on the mound. Ball's going to be smacked into center field. Austin Havertine on the run over his head will make the catch in center field. That's a kid who spent most of his high school career on the mound. Great catch out there in center. Quentin Pirelli, the batter here. Flew out to right his first time up. Takes that one a bit upstairs. Still wearing that Elizabethtown helmet, but he spent his 2026 season playing at Rutgers University in New Jersey. A big swing and a miss. You don't get the home run totals he has without having that aggressive swing. Havertine drops a curveball in there for strike 2. Sammy Berman, Cooper Evers, then Joey Supa round out the lineup here for the Blue Sox. That one's going to be just a bit upstairs. Good hold by Pirelli. Another deep fly ball to Austin Havertine out there in center, ranging back, and he's got it. Third consecutive scoreless inning here for Blake Havertine. His twin brother Austin helping him out there in center field. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth at Devon Prep. Still no runs since the first inning as this game is locked at 1-1. Back here for the bottom of the fourth, Jake McDonough will lead things off for Wayne. First pitch, a curveball, misses just a bit upstairs. Rollins can't believe it, and not exactly arguing with the umpire here. The first baseman's letting the catcher have it for Upper Darby here. Pitch to McDonough. That one's perfectly placed at the bottom of the zone. Beautiful slider has McDonough swinging. McDonough hit by a pitch in his elbow guard the first time up. Austin Havertine due up next and back to the top of the order for Cole Lombardo. It's a hot night here, Devin. It's cooled down a little bit as the night's progressed. That slider skied in the air. Over to Brendan Till at shortstop. For out number one. It had to sprint in a little bit as it looked like it was going to die quickly. Austin Havertine, the batter, in his first at bat, he got down a sac bunt. As mentioned earlier, he will be heading to Lehigh as a pitcher. First fastball in there from Rollins. 4 strike. Havertine fouls that one back. Give the umpire a second here. It looked like that one got him off the shins. Oh, 2 pitch to Havertine. Swing and a miss. He got him. Second strikeout on the day for Chris Rollins. Beritsky thought that was the third out. He rolled it back to the mound. Back to the top of the order for Cole Lombardo. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. And his first at bat, he singled. Second at bat, he lined out to the first baseman, A. Kelly. Off-speed pitch, that one runs a bit away. After both teams scored in the first inning, nothing doing since then. Pitch to Lombardo. Wishes he pulled the trigger on that one. Fastball fouled back by Lombardo. He's had some good at-bats. He fouled, I believe, 5 pitches in a row in his last at-bat. Another 2-2 pitch and a called strike through. You can't place a baseball much better than that right there by Chris Rollins for the third and final out here in the fourth. Both pitchers have really settled in after that first inning. We'll head to the top of the fifth. We're still locked in at 1-1. 7, 8, 9 up here for Upper Darby. In the top of the 5th inning, Sammy Berman, Cooper Evers, and Joey Supa. Still no runs in this game since the first inning for either side. First pitch to Sam Berman, check swing. I do not believe he went. They're going to check. And he did not go, as first base ump Dennis Dunn did not even realize he was being asked to check. So clearly that one was a obvious no. Off-speed pitch to Berman, just missed that one into left field. Jake McDonough will call off Havertine for out number 1. Cooper Evers the batter here. He struck out looking his first time up. Conestoga grad, playing his college baseball at Hamilton. First pitch right at the knees for strike 1. Blake Havertine doing a good job at getting ahead early in these counts. Off-speed pitch misses away. Looked like perhaps a two-seamer, a bit of a changeup. Had some more inside run for strike 2 here on Evers. Catches the outside corner for strike 3 to Cooper Evers. That will be the 4th strikeout of the day here for Blake Havertine. Evers thought that one was a bit outside, and not necessarily disagreeing with that one. Joey Supa, the last hope for the Sox in the 5th inning here. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. First pitch low and away. Neither team showing any signs of bullpen action for good reason. Both pitchers have really settled in since that first inning. Pitch to Supa, catches the outside corner. Austin Havertine playing center field, could be available in relief. Caden Schuster also here for Wayne. Travis McDonough here. That one looked like a sinker. It's going to be backhanded by Drew Van Horn. Fires over to first for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 inning here for Blake Havertine in the top of the 5th. Wayne will look to get this game untied here in the bottom of the 5th as they have their 2, 3, 4 spots in the order coming up. Back here for the bottom of the 5th at Devon Prep. Top-seeded Upper Darby taking on the 2-seed Wayne. We'll get a quick score update from around the Delco League. Aston Valley leads Ridley 3-0. Chester leads Narberth 1-0. Drexel Hill leads Springfield 3-1. First pitch to Bennett Cox is an off-speed pitch that misses a bit upstairs. Another off-speed. That one's going to catch the inside part of the plate. Even count here. Bennett Cox is going to foul that one back. Everyone follow Tazi Throws for great content. 1-2 pitch coming here to Bennett Cox. That one's going to miss low and away. In between the next inning, we'll adjust the camera, get it a little bit brighter. Off-speed pitch. Cox is going to foul that one back. Some good battles here, getting the pitch count up. The way Roman Tazi's warming up behind the Upper Darby dugout, I would think that he is first in relief in this game. Cox is going to slam that one down the left field line. That is a foul ball. Just missed. It's tough to see with turf. There's no chalk kicking up here, but that one just looked to be foul. Just out of the reach of Quentin Perilli over there at third. Two pitch to Bennett Cox. That one's up and in. Cox was already hit by a pitch earlier today and looked like might be getting a second one here, but the former Marple Newtown outfielder will run things full. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be smacked into right field, and that will be caught for out number 1 right to Cooper Evers. Good swing by Cox. Elliott Dix, the batter, he's flew out to second. He's also singled. Takes an off-speed pitch in there for a called strike. And Rollins has really been trying to paint that upper part of the play with his off-speed. You don't see that too much in this league. That one misses a bit outside. A lot of guys are too worried. They're not hangers. They're just off-speed pitches that are meant to kind of catch that top part. Elliott Dix smacks that one in the air to right field, right at Cooper Evers. 2 great barrels back-to-back by Wayne, right to Cooper Evers in right field. Not much you can do if you're Wayne right there. Stephen Wells, the batter, he is lined out and flew out both to center field to Adam Fine. They definitely have a bit of a shift on here to right center, as Wells primarily a center and pull hitter. That one hit him in the butt. First pitch to Stephen Wells, and he will be on base. 2 former professional baseball players right there. Surely not intentional, as Stephen Wells has probably never upset anyone in the world, unless it's because they're mad that he had a home run off him. One of the nicer players you'll ever meet. And that brings in Aiden Fry. Unfortunately, not too much speed for Wayne with Wells on first base here. Here's the pitch to Fry. Off-speed pitch. That one misses just a bit in. Pitch to Fry. Takes that one in there for a strike. Remember back in early June, talking to Coach Feely, they were following Fry as he was playing in the Tallahassee Regional at Florida State for St. John's, saying that once his season's over, he is going to be playing for Wayne. Pitch to Fry, that one up and in. Still not seeing much signs of bullpen action here for Wayne. Pitch to Fry. That one looked like it ran a bit inside. That'll be strike 2. The shade has overtaken us here, so once this half inning ends, I'll adjust the lighting on the camera real quick. Two pitch coming. Wells takes off. The pitch is outside. Throw to second, and Wells is in there. Stephen Wells in there with a steal of second base. I think every 25 minutes this camera just decides to turn off. We'll worry. We'll fix that. Looks like we're going to get a pinch runner here for Stephen Wells. It'll be Travis McDonough. It's a risky decision here, as now Wells will not be able to return to the game. He's out of this game. I guess if you're Coach Feely, you're thinking if you can steal a run here, his spot won't come up again anyway. Well, Travis McDonough in the game now at second base. Base hit here from Aiden Fry would make this a 2-1 Wayne lead. Here's the pitch. Fry's going to hit that one well. Deep right field. Cooper Evers ranging back to the wall. He'll make the catch right in front of the fence. And that'll do it for Wayne here in the bottom of the fifth. They get a runner to second base, but he will be stranded there as we head to the top of the sixth here at Devon with the score remaining 1-1. Just made sure that both teams were aware I am available to pinch hit. I was on both rosters for the last couple of seasons, so whatever is needed. As long as it's not a lefty pitching, then I'm out. Back here for the top of the sixth. It's the top of the order here for Upper Darby. Adam Fine, Brendan Till, Jake Verbitsky, barring any substitutions. Adam Fine has been hit by a pitch. He also flew out to center as he takes that one lower part of the plate for a strike. Pitch to Fine. That one's grounded over in the hole. Cole Lombardo backhands it, fires it to first in time for out number one. Get you the name of that substitution over at first base. That is Gavin Glass playing first base. Usually just a pitcher, but clearly needs some appearances, and Wayne needs a first baseman after Stephen Wells came out of this game. Great play by the always short-handed Cole Lombardo at short. Brendan Till, the batter here. First pitch, he grounds that one. Ranging Cole Lombardo. Beautiful play. Spins, throws to first, and not in time. Great play by Lombardo, but good speed by Brendan Till to get down the line there. Not much else you can do if you're Cole Lombardo there, but the speed of Brendan Till is just too much. Looks like we have some movement. I see Caden Schuster starting to throw with someone wearing number 27 for Wayne. We'll double check who that is. Jake Verbitsky, the batter here, though. He has grounded out to first and grounded out to short. That'll be Mark Garcia warming up for Wayne. Verbitsky, an Episcopal grad. He played this most recent year for Lackawanna, which was a JUCO at the time, is now Division II. Verbitsky takes that one in there. Good speed from Brendan Till on first base. Verbitsky, Ant Kelly, Gus Wright due up. Throw over to first. Nothing doing. Roman Tazi surely looks like he's ready to come in this game after he's warming up. Maybe not next inning, but whenever the time comes. Pitch to Verbitsky. That one's going to be a bit up and a delayed strike call. Bit of a delayed strike call there. Blake Havertine looking for his 5th strikeout of the game here. That one's way upstairs. Verbitsky's going to foul that one back into the Wayne bullpen. Devon Prep Field was renovated after the 2022 season to add the turf. They got the facility, the hitting facility in right field. Cut off a bit by the video, but it's basically a giant green monster. Pitch to Verbitsky's going to be in the turf. Great stop by Matt Cain to keep that one in front and keep Brendan Till at first base. Technically just on the edge of Chester County, Devon Prep has been the home for Wayne since they switched from, they used to play at Radnor and then also Villanova for a brief period of time. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 on the day for Blake Havertine. And Kelly has grounded out to second. He has also singled today as well. Perfectly painted fastball from Blake Havertine on that lower outside corner for strike number 1. Brendan Till's going to take off, throw to Matt Cain. He fires to second, tag on. He overslid the base, and now he's in a rundown. It looked like he was safe originally, but slid too fast. The throw, and Till's going to get back to second. Looked like Till slid through the base, decided to just keep going to third. They said the tag was not held on him. Thank you. It's a strike on the pitch, so it'll be 0-2. Very, very odd. Brendan Till was safe. He overslid the base, decided to go to third, got a rundown, and ended up getting back to second. Either way, it is 0-2 here on Kelly, looking for strikeout number 6. The pitch, that one's going to be outside. Brendan Till, big lead off second base. The pitch, that one's going to be hit into shallow center field. Austin Havertine on the run. He makes the catch. Great defense out there in center by the usual pitcher, Austin Havertine, for out number 3. Wayne will look to take the lead and potentially close this thing out in the top of the 7th when we return. While Roman Tazi is warming up, this is still Chris Rollins' game for the time being here in the bottom of the sixth. It'll be Drew Van Horn, Matt Cain, Jake McDonough due up. First pitch is low and in. Van Horn has walked and hit by a pitch, so he's reached base twice. That one's going to be in the dirt, and Van Horn thinks it hit him. I do not. I think Van Horn thought it hit him in the foot. I did not see it hit off his foot. He certainly sold it as if he did. Two-0 pitch misses up and away. Austin Havertine starting to throw a little bit for Wayne as well. Drew Van Horn takes 3-0 pitch down Broadway. Still in the hitter's count here. 3-1 pitch. Van Horn's going to rope that one over. A sliding play by Gus Wright. Tries to pick it up and throw to first. Not in time. It'll be an infield single for Drew Van Horn. A nice play by Gus Wright to try and knock it down and give himself an opportunity. I think there's a good chance with this Brian Feely managed team. We could see a bunt here from Matt Cain to get Van Horn in scoring position. Cain has popped out to the pitcher's mound, also struck out looking. I would expect a bunt here. We'll see. He does square to bunt. He's going to bunt it down to Rollins. Rollins is going to slide. He's going to look at second. He's going to throw to first to get the first out. Cain does his job. We'll see if Jake McDonough and Austin Havertine can do theirs. First pitch, Jake McDonough is outside for a ball. McDonough has been hit by a pitch. He's also popped out to shortstop. Base hit here should potentially give Wayne the lead with Van Horn on second. Austin Havertine waits on deck, followed by the top of the order. Pitch to McDonough. That's an off-speed pitch that is a bit low. If you're joining us prior to the MLB Home Run Derby, welcome. That should be getting started around 8 o'clock. We'll see how long the pregame introductions go. Hopefully a little bit longer so we can all get home after this one and in time to watch Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, and the rest of the 8 hitters in the Derby with a new format this year. Off-speed pitch misses just a bit upstairs to Jake McDonough, who's got the count 3-0. Now with Austin Havertine on deck, I would not be surprised potentially to see McDonough get the green light here if he sees one he likes. 3-0 pitch to McDonough, taken all the way inside, ball 4. Rollins doesn't like it. I thought that one was a bit inside. Either way, it'll be Austin Havertine stepping to the plate here. A quick mound visit here for Dave Jordan. Don't believe this is it for Roman Tazi, as he's starting to heat up a bit. Now, interesting spot for Wayne where you could, in a spot like this, typically see a pinch hitter for a guy that's typically more on for defense and as in pitching. But if you also want him to close out the game, then you can't really just take him out of the ballgame. So definitely an interesting spot here. It looks like Havertine's going to swing. He's just been talking with Brian Feely down the third baseline. Austin Havertine, the batter, he had a sac bunt. He also struck out swinging. First pitch to Havertine, perfectly placed on the lower outside corner by Chris Rollins, who has been effective, not too much in the strikeout column so far today, only 3. Pitch to Havertine, that one got him. That one got him in the forearm. I had that hit in the forearm. I believe that hit him in the forearm. The Upper Darby defense is claiming that that was a off the bat. We'll take a quick second. Oh, it looks like they've overturned the call here. Well, Austin Havertine will head back here. He can show the arm. You can see the purple spot on the arm here. You can see a very big purple mark on the arm here of Austin Havertine. I think this one might get overturned again. We got a lot of chaos going on here. It was originally ruled a hit by pitch, then overturned, but you can see the bruise on Austin Havertine's arm, and they put him at first. Both teams are not thrilled with this. All I have to say here is if this is the championship again, once again, we're going to have another great series. No love lost between these two. Oh, we got an ejection here. Well, Dave Jordan got his money's worth as he's been ejected from this game. Back to the baseball side of things here. We got the bases loaded, top of the order here for Cole Lombardo. Infield's going to be playing in here for Upper Darby, trying to get this tying run at the plate. First pitch here to Lombardo is going to be smoked foul down the left field line. If you just tuned in a couple minutes ago, Austin Havertine was hit by a pitch in the forearm. They ruled originally hit by pitch, then they said it was a foul, and then Austin Havertine showed the bruise on his arm, and he eventually got first. Pitch to Cole Lombardo is going to be a bit inside. Lombardo today is singled. He's lined out to first, and he's also struck out looking. Barring any pinch hits, it'll be Lombardo, Bennett Cox, and Elliott Dix. Drew Van Horn on third, Jake McDonough on second, Havertine on first. Lombardo, that one's way up and in. Looks like Marty Berman will probably be taking over as the interim coach here with Dave Jordan thrown out of this game. Still one out here. Rollins will take a second. It looked originally like Roman Tazi was probably going to come into this game here. Pitch to Colombardo. That one's going to be fouled back. Once again, infield remains in here for Upper Darby. Pitch to Lombardo. That ball smoked foul down the left field line. A little early on that one, to say the least. Now, in the Delco League, there is no pitch counts. Chris Rollins at 112 pitches here in the bottom of the sixth. Blake Havertine at 79. I'd have to imagine this is the last inning, but then again, Kevin McGovern threw over 130 pitches in Game 5 of the finals last year. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. Great off-speed pitch from Chris Rollins. Now it'll be up to Bennett Cox to try and keep this rally going for Wayne. Try and give Wayne the lead. A base hit will make it at least 2-1. Could potentially be 3 with McDonough on second. First pitch to Cox. That one's in the turf. Good job by Jake Verbitsky to keep that one in front. Bennett Cox was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, grounded out to third base in the second at-bat, and lined out. Really good swing to right field in his last at-bat. Elliott Dix waits on deck. If he gets up, that'll mean that Wayne is winning. Pitch here to Cox. That ball is going to be smacked into center field, but right at Adam Fine for out number 3. Another great swing by Cox. Another right at the outfielder. Buckle up, everybody. We're heading to the 7th inning here at Devon Prep, with this game still tied at 1. Back here in the top of the 7th, we got a 1-1 ball game here. Gus Wright will lead things off for Upper Darby. It'll be Gus Wright, Quentin Perilli, and Sammy Berman, barring any pinch hit changes. Gus Wright is struck out swinging. He's flown out to center field today. Blake Havertine remains in the game for Wayne. First pitch, that one's going to be lined right over to Drew Van Horn at third base. A quick first out for Havertine. Quentin Perilli, the batter here. He flew out to right and flew out to center in his 2 at-bats. Off-speed pitch a bit down to Perilli, who is a Penncrest graduate, spent a couple years at Elizabethtown, became their all-time home run leader, headed over to Rutgers. That ball is going to be popped out of play. Uh-oh. One looked like it was headed towards a car, but got lost in the trees. And by a car, I mean my car. Good Aussie pitch by Perilli, that one, or excuse me, by Havertine. That one misses low and away. Pitch to Perilli. That one misses just a bit upstairs. That one misses pretty much the same spot there for ball 4 to Perilli. Sammy Berman, the batter here. He walked, also flew out to left. First pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. Chris Rollins' jersey's off. Looks like he's done for the day. I would imagine it'll be Roman Tazi coming in. Tries to hit that same spot, misses that one a little bit outside. Roman Tazi getting loose to come into this game for the bottom of the 7th. Pitch to Sam Berman's going to foul that one back. One looked like it was headed towards the car. The trees have been saving the cars today. Sam Berman, Cooper Evers, Joey Supa due up. Pitch to Sammy Berman. Hits that one well. Deep right center field. Going back to the track, to the wall. That one's off the top of the fence. Haverteen's going to fire that one in, rounding third and heading home is Perilli. That ball is going to get away in the infield, and Upper Darby takes the lead. Sammy Berman slams one off the top of the fence. Looks like we'll have a pinch hitter here. Andrew Luber-Solik will bat for the Blue Sox. Coach Brian Feely's going to head out to the mound real quick. And it looks like Austin Haverteen's coming in from center field to take over on the mound. Also pinch runner Tamia Mosley coming in to run for Sammy Berman at second. Austin Haverteen will take over on the mound here for Wayne. We'll get you some numbers on him. Finished up a great career at Radnor. We'll head to Lehigh University in a couple weeks here. He's second on the team in innings pitched with 19 so far this season. He's got 29 strikeouts to just 7 walks, a 1.11 ERA. Looks like it'll be Andrew Luber-Solik, Joey Supa, and then back to the top of the order. In the meantime, this pitching change here, we'll get you some scores from around the Delco League. Ridley took down Aston Valley 6-3, which is huge as they move into third place in the Delco League. Chester leads Narberth 1-0, and Drexel Hill leads Springfield 7-1. Now, that would be a big result, as that would likely mean that Drexel Hill moves back into that final playoff spot over Narberth. We'll check the standings real quick and confirm if that is the exact case. Not quite, but Narberth will have a game in hand, so Narberth will still be in that last spot. But Drexel Hill will have a game to play. Andrew Luber-Solik, the pinch hitter here for the Blue Sox. Still just one out here in the top of the 7th. Sammy Berman's RBI double put Upper Darby ahead 2-1. Tamia Mosley, the pinch runner. First pitch, that one on the outside corner. Pitch to Luber-Solik right at the knees for a strike. Nothing at 2. That one's a bit low. One and 2 pitch to Luber-Solik. That one's away. Good job by Matt Kane. 2-2 pitch coming here to Luber Solik. There's a pitch, swing, and a miss. He got him. Havertine blows it by him for out number 2. That'll bring in Joey Supa, looking to add an insurance run here. It'll be Elliott Dick, Stephen Wells, Aiden Fry coming up in the bottom of the inning. But for now, Wayne will look to get out of this inning without any runs. First pitch is outside to Supa. I believe the longest tenured member for any team in the Delco League, 2014. I would love to be corrected if somebody has a better answer than that. Pitch here to Supa, right at the knees for a strike. Havertine, similar to his brother Blake, will come right at you. That one a bit down. Get that camera right back on for you. Two and 1 to Supa. That one's going to be chopped in the box. Two-two pitch coming to Supa. That one's hit down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Mosley will score easily. Joey Supa is going to pull into second. It looks like he's going to stay there, and a huge insurance run for Upper Darby as Joey Supa rips one down the line just out of the reach of a diving Gavin Glass. Joey Supa taking some offense to the pinch runner suggestions here, but he will stay in at second. Adam Fine, the hitter here. He's been hit by a pitch. He's flown out to center and grounded out to short. Pitch to Adam Fine, a slider. That one misses, just low and away. Another fastball in there for Havertine, a bit low. Good job by Matt Kane keeping that in front. Back up to the top of the order here for Adam Fine. That one missed just a bit low. Through a pitch here coming to Adam Fine. That one's a little outside, perhaps, low. Brennan Till steps to the plate here. He's got a sac bunt. He grounded out to short. Also lined out. Excuse me, singled earlier. Can't read my own handwriting. First and second here to Till. That one's in there for a strike. Got a couple changes around the defense, just notice here. Elliott Dix is now at third. Drew Van Horn in center. Pitch to Till. That one's a bit low. Pitch to Till. That one's going to be shot foul. It's Bennett Coxon right. Elliott Dix over at third. So the change was Havertine from center to the mound. Van Horn from third to center. Dix from DH to third. Joey Supa still on second base. Adam Fine on first. And then the ball in the gap, Adam Fine might catch him. Pitch here to Till. That one's going to be shot into left field, a base hit. Jake McDonough coming up firing. Joey Supa's going to get held. Probably a smart hold. Great swing there by Brendan Till, and the bases are loaded here for Upper Darby. And Kelly looking to blow this one open. Excuse me, Jake Verbitsky up first. Jake Verbitsky's got a strikeout, a couple groundouts, 0 for 3 on the day, but a big, big chance to put the icing on this one. Base hit here will surely score. Adam Fine has mentioned 35 steals on the season. First pitch upstairs. Verbitsky takes that one up and away. Hitters count here. And Kelly, Gus Wright, Quentin Perilli due up for the Blue Sox. This inning continues. Pitch, big swing by Verbitsky. Trying to make this game 7-1. Two-one pitch to Verbitsky. That one perfectly painted on the lower inside corner by Havertine. Two-two pitch swing and a miss. He got him, but the damage is done here. Upper Darby with an RBI double from Sammy Berman, another RBI double from Joey Supa. Jump ahead 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the seventh here. Devin Wayne will need 2 to extend this game and 3 to walk it off when we return. Back here for the bottom of the 7th. Wayne will need 2 to tie this one, 3 to walk it off. Elliott Dix leads off. He's flown out to second, singled, and also lined out to right. First pitch will be in there right at the knees for a called strike. Elliott been the most consistent hitter so far for the Wayne lineup. Tough lefty-lefty matchup. Roman Tazi taking over. That one's fouled back. Tazi, Carroll alum, spent a couple years at Catholic. After starting at Barton, will be heading to Georgetown for his grad year. Oh, 2 pitch. That one's an off-speed that hangs a bit up. Upper Darby got 2 on the board. Top of the 7th, Sammy Berman double off the wall, just a couple inches away. Joey Supa poked one down the right field line as well for another RBI double. Pitch, swing, and a miss. He got him. Nice off-speed there from Tazi, who isn't necessarily going to blow by you, but he's got a lot of pitches he can throw in a lot of counts in a lot of locations.
I got it, Brian.
Looks like Mark Garcia will pinch hit here for Wayne. Aussie pitch, that one runs up. I know Garcia more as a pitcher for Wayne. We'll see if we can get any offensive stats or if this is purely an appearance move right here. Another off-speed hangs up a bit.
Let's go, RT.
This is Garcia's 3rd plate appearance of the season. That one's upstairs as well. Garcia has thrown 7 1/3 innings. .30 pitch. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Looks like Andrew Luber-Solik taking over in right field as well after pinch hitting. .30 pitch. Garcia's going to slap that one foul, and that one will go in foul territory. I think so, yeah. Full count here to Garcia. That one is upstairs, ball 4. And the tying run will come to the plate. Mark Garcia was pinch hitting for Stephen Wells after he was pinch ran for earlier. Aiden Fry will be the batter here. Garcia not too big of a lead over there. Aiden Fry, broken bat. He bloops that one into right center field. That one's going to drop for a base hit. Garcia will head to second. A broken bat base hit for Aiden Fry, his first of the day. Drew Van Horn, the batter. Reach base all 3 times. Single, walk, hit by pitch. Drew Van Horn, Matt Cain, Jake McDonough, and then Austin Havertine, barring any pinch hitters. Back-to-back lefties here. First pitch of Van Horn. Big hack from Van Horn. Cut on and missed for strike 1. Van Horn, another swing and miss on that high fastball. First and second, 1 out. Tying run on first. Ball in the gap. This game could be tied. 0-2 pitch to Van Horn. Swing and a miss. He got him. Very uncomfortable looking at bat. Lefty here. And it'll be another lefty stepping into the box in the form of Matt Cain. Looked like 3 fastballs right there from Tazi. Matt Cain, the last hope here. Popped out, struck out looking, and also had a sack bunt. First pitch to Matt Cain. That one's going to be a bit down. Jake McDonough would be up next should Cain reach base. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Really good pitch there from Tazi. Chris Rollins threw 6 strong for the Blue Sox. Roman Tazi looking to close it out. Pitch from Kane, checked his swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Rollins would be in line for the win here. One-two pitch coming. Roman Tazi looking to close it out. Here's the pitch and a called strike three. That will do it. Upper Darby officially clinches the top seed in the Delco League playoffs, which will be getting started next week. They improved to 21-4 on the year, 3-1 final. Chris Rollins threw 6 strong innings. Jake Verbitsky had an RBI groundout. Sammy Berman, RBI double. Joey Supa, RBI double. 2 runs in the top of the 7th for the Blue Sox. And Roman Tazi comes on to close this one out. Well, I'm sure this won't be the last time these two teams face off, but it will be the last time in the regular season Upper Darby wins the season series by a 3-1 final, both in this game and also in the series as a whole. And that'll do it for us today. On behalf of myself, Brendan Ricciardi, on behalf of the Delco League, thank you so much for tuning in right on time for the Home Run Derby to get going, and we will see you next time. We are undecided on what game that will be. That will depend on what happens in the rest of the playoffs and where we get sent for the bracket.